Good morning from Sweden, and welcome to today's topic, which is about the power of choosing unconditional love in all situations. So, unconditional love is something that is our nature. I personally at least believe that we are love. Love is what we come from, and love is our true nature, even though that it may seem like the complete obvious when we look around in the world. I believe that all the tragic things that people are doing to each other are just a symptom of not being close to who they truly are, which is love. And when we are not true to who we are, which is love, which is kindness, which is light, then we act out in destructive ways. But it is always a calling for love, even though it doesn't seem like that. Think of it, just take yourself as an example and be really true towards that, towards yourself about, for example, when you were feeling angry, what was behind the anger? Was it maybe that you didn't feel heard? Was it that you felt that you were not seen? Was it that um, you felt that you were not appreciated? Was it that you felt that you didn't matter, that you didn't count to the other person? And in the end, if you really come down to the root of it all, was it that you didn't feel the love from the person that you were angry at? It is. And how did you react to that? Did you react in love towards that person? Did you react out? Did you act out in forms of some kind of destructive way, by yelling or saying things that you really didn't mean, or like, how did you act? And if we ignore who we are for a long time, and if we don't stop in time that destructive way of handling our emotions, with that said, by giving back with the same point, then it will just escalate to getting more and more destructive, but it still comes from the same root. It comes from the feeling of not being heard, not being seen, not being appreciated of, and just doing the best we can to make ourselves heard, even though that it gets the complete opposite effect and just results in even more destructivity. So the power of choosing unconditional love unconditionally is really an act you do for yourself and for your own peace. Maybe you will affect some people, probably you will, but maybe not always to the extent that you would wish. But the fight is never about making other people change, because the only thing you truly can change is yourself. And then also we have to remember that that is the only job that we really have and what we were given. We were not given power over other people. We were given power over ourselves. That is how we were born. We have to boil everything down to its nature and what we were given, and observe what we truly have. And when we, like, from nature, from the creator, in order to make sense of it all and to get back to what we can do and what we cannot do, so that we can follow our true nature, so we can build happiness for ourselves. And if we look at what we were given free will by the Creator. We were given like the gift of choice, and we were given the power of changing our state. We were given emotions. We were given through the emotions. We were given a guidance system of what was wrong and what is wrong and what is right. And if we just take care of that, then that will guide us into what is the right thing to do, and that will affect the world in a positive way also. And I have seen in my own life that if I just choose love unconditionally towards myself, towards others, like as a rule of life, then automatically I actually, it is very rare that I have any outside conflict, because I simply, when I respond with love unconditionally, that doesn't mean that I go and hug everybody, but it means like I rarely, if I meet somebody that has a bad day, my goal is always to see how I can try to uplift the situation, not how can I try to get something from this person, and I try to stay away from judging the other person, because I actually have no idea about what that person is going through. So I rather try to understand him or her, and that has led me on such a new path that feels like I am, what can you say? I don't feel any resentment toward people, because I don't seek to be met or heard by them. I seek to meet my own needs through God, through staying true to myself and what I feel is the right thing to do. And then that gives me satisfaction of knowing who I am. So my neediness that I experienced earlier in life, about that I had to have people be in a certain way, has disappeared, simply because of this principle that I know that my job is to act to the best of my ability according to unconditional love towards all and everything. And then I get the satisfaction from within by knowing that I do the right thing. At least I strive to do the right thing and hear as good as I can, um, and really listen inwardly to what is the next right thing to do. And then that has to be my approval. And I am amazed about how much that actually gives to just stay true to that. And what a power that is to choose unconditional love in that way, you know, and to know that I do not know it all. I don't have, when a person doesn't behave very nice, I have to remember I don't have that person's story. I have no idea what they have went through in their lives. I have no idea what just happened to them before they just met up with me. I have no idea. And when I just stop taking things so personally, then that's a freedom. Also because that when I know that I do the best that I can in every situation, I don't have any bad conscience anywhere. I know that I have been a good person, so I cannot blame myself for anything and then try to avoid the blame by projecting onto another person. So it's clean. It's completely clean. The energy is, it's real, it's true, it's based on authenticity. And from that, it's very hard for toxicity to exist if it's not nourished. So yeah, that was what I was thinking about today. There's a power in choosing unconditional love, and unconditional love doesn't always mean that we uh, just say yes to everything. It has nothing to do with that. Unconditional love means that we do and act according to what we know is the right thing to do. It has nothing to do with being naive and not seeing people's true sides. What you can say when you say true sides, it means that there are always two sides of every story. You know, it's not that you don't see that darkness and that you are naive and getting manipulated and all of that. It just means that you see that darkness, but you don't only see that darkness. You can also understand that something created that darkness, and you try to focus on that part, that they are behind the darkness. And what I have realized is that when I focus on the good sides in people, then those are actually the sides that they tend to show me. So I don't have conflicts with them in that sense. And that just confirms the spiritual law about that where the attention goes, energy flows. You know, it is what we put our attention to will grow. If we choose to focus on, even though that it's just a small thing that is good about a toxic person, then we really try to focus on that good thing that they have, and then they just tend to show us more. And you know that from yourself. If a person is just projecting bad things on you, what do you want to show them? You know, it brings out not good things in you often, at least most of the times, right? But if a person really confirms your good side and are appreciative of you, then that is what you also will give them. And I think that it is important that we understand that we also have a responsibility outside in the world when we go out, that we don't just focus on the things that we want when it comes to like manifesting our lives, for example. We don't just think of what we want for ourselves. We also think of how do we want to be, what kind of world is it that we want to experience? And then we have to focus on the good things in the world, even though that it may not be a whole lot all the time that we can think of just like that, you know, because we are bombarded with all the bad things. Because when we focus on what is good, then that too will also be given more power. So, yeah, that was what I was thinking about today. I love you and I wish you a beautiful day.